all. But what the use of this is agonist and antagonist. We call normally these are, you can say, right and left, because without this agonist and antagonist, you can't do a IVF cycle and sometimes the IY cycle, because when we are doing IVF, we need all the follicles to be there existing. So we didn't need any premature LH surge. We plan a pickup at the time. So these are right and left. We had a separate master class for analogs and antagonists. I'm not going in detail of this. And we need a combination of anyone, like clomiphene with letrose, FSH with GnRH antagonist and all. So these are the molecules which are normally we are using for ovulation stimulation. It's very important, don't to get confused. Most of the time when you are teaching, sometimes they say, madam, ye wala, wo wala. So agonist has a different role, antagonist has a different role, and gonadotropins are for the growth of the follicle. Again, when we are talking about gonadotropins, we all know about the body physiology, FSH and LH. For the recruitment, we need FSH. For the maturation and growth, we need the combination, or you can say FSH plus LH. The first half may, for 5, 6, and 7 days, we need follicle stimulating hormone, and then we need the combination. So these basic, actually, these basic things will be kept into mind. कि किसका क्या use है and when to use this. Then only we can use any protocol we want. Agonist है, antagonist है, soft है, step up, step down, or anything. So the gonadotropins कौन कब कितना चाहिए, ये important है. I think the slide is stuck. So I think the basics behind is that FSH in the early phase, I told you earlier, and combination for the growth and maturation. And we all know follicle grow by 1. Antral follicle counts is low and FSH is high. So you just counsel your patients कि तुम्हारे ovarian reserve कम है, अंडे कम बन सकते, quality poor हो सकती. But now what is the role of LH? Actually, LH is a hormone which should be there at the right time and right place. Suppose on day 2 you find a LH is 6.2. In that case, you have to cancel the cycle, because high LH on day 2, normally we expect what is the baseline we need. We need LH should be less than 4. Then only we can start the stimulation, because if the high LH is there, they will lead to atresia of the follicles. And even though we are giving a good amount of recombinant, we can say FSH, they are going to poor implantation may happen. So LH hormone should be, the dose should be proper at a proper time. If in the second half, you can say day 8, day 9, day 10, the LH is low, the follicle is not going to mature. So LH needs a threshold. There is a threshold level of LH. This we have to understand. We can't start from day 2 the combination, because in the first half we are needing FSH only. In the second half we are needing LH. In the polycystic breast we can continue the cycle with FSH only. In the last we need LH, because already they are high in LH. So these hormones matching is important. Then only, otherwise it may happen that you have started the stimulation and by 8 or 10 there is sometimes you just अंडे तो अच्छे बन रहे थे, but it's shrinked because the LH was high and they lead to atresia of the follicle. So this matching is very important to for the proper flow of the follicle. We need the physiology of the body to match. Now coming to different regimes. So we are talking about the gonadotropins. Gonadotropins, which is used for the recruitment of the follicle and then the growth of the follicle. I'm sorry. And then the growth of the follicles. So we can do a conventional regime. Suppose a patient of agiospermia comes to you and they had a failed IUI with a donor semen sample and they need a IVF stimulation. So you can start with a low dose, conventional regime. 75 to 150 gonadotropins is you can start as a low dose. Or soft protocol you can start. There's one other protocol, low dose step-up regime. Low dose step-up regime is normally very much effective in the patient with polycystic ovary. Look, we are in the era of pregnancy, ho ya na ho, there should be no harm to the patient. This should be the first rule when we are starting the infertility practice. We just want a OHSS free clinic. That's why the latest protocol came. So if in the patient of polycystic ovary, we were scared, where antral follicular count is 22, Bapre, and somehow you have made the LH is low and you are planning to start the stimulation. This is your first cycle, didn't have any homework cycle. So go in a very smooth way. Look at this, this slide. You are starting with the half dose of recombinant, 37.5. We're starting a very low dose, so that we should just find what is the
I think so. Nat is disconnected. Komal?
Yes,
Am I
ma'am. I
audible?
believe there is some
Yes, ma'am.
connectivity
Your voice
issue.
is breaking somehow.
Yes, doctor.
The less
Okay.
connectivity.
I thought the connectivity
Okay,
issues with
okay.
me.
Ma'am, just we request, can you switch off your video so that we can listen to you easily?
Sure, sure. एक minute. Just a minute, okay. अच्छा वीडियो ऑफ कर, जस्ट a minute. ये ऑफ कर देना, तो ये ऑफ कर दो फैन को और बाहर बोलो नेट बंद कर देंगे, और कुछ चल रहा होगा ना, वो मोबाइल्स के नेट चल रहे होंगे तो बंद करने बोलो.
Komal, can we remove the spotlight actually?
हाँ, spotlight also I can remove.
Just a minute, मेरे वो स्क्रीन चला गया कैसे.
And rename to the name of the madam. Yes.
Just a minute. I'm sorry, मेरा वो minimize हो गया तो I'm not opening it out.
Okay, doctor.
My screen is paused. कैसे?
Just press escape.
Press escape. I'm pressing.
It's not happening, I believe.
Not happening. Can I rejoin the meeting? दोबारा कर लूं?
Yeah, sure. You log out and
Just I
then
will do resume here शायद अभी. Yeah,
Sure,
it's done now.
But ma'am, your voice is coming.
Yeah, and now this is okay.
Yes, madam.
So anytime please मेरे को बीच में रोक दीजिए कि your voice is not, so I will stop it. अभी तक now it was clear ना? Till now it was clear, or there was some any problem?
Somehow it was cracking, but now is okay.
No, it's okay. Okay.
So ma'am, can you make it full screen?
Yeah, sure. So we were now it's okay.
Yes, madam. Now you
So
can continue.
Yeah, so we were talking about the gonadotropins. In the first half, we need FSH, and in the second half, we need LH. Because FSH is for the recruitment and LH is for the maturation of the follicle. So the first protocol we discussed for the taper prism. Normally we use this for the polycystic patient where we are scared of the flare up the follicles and we are in the fear कि ovarian hyperstimulation में land up ना कर जाए. So in this case, we start with 37.5 for 3 to 4 days. And gradually, if there is no response, we are just increasing the dose gradually and gradually. Finally, we feel the dominant follicle is there. And then finally, we feel the dominant follicle is there. And that is the threshold points. So its taper protocol is basically designed for, number one is the beginners. Number two is mostly used for the polycystic patients. And here we are going in a very low dose, so that because once the follicle is beyond 10 millimeter, they are going to flare up. So you have to just scrutiny your dose and you normally need not more than 8 to 10 follicles. And then once the follicles start responding, we call it as a FSH threshold. FSH threshold basically is a critical point at which ovaries start developing the monofollicular development. So once, suppose it's 350 IU we have given and the follicles start grooming up. So that is a threshold at which the follicle is responding. So suppose if we had a failure in this cycle, the pregnancy didn't happen, then in next cycle, you can go for step down regime, because now here you have become wiser. You just know that this patient is going to respond at this dose. So here you can start a high dose, and then can taper off. The benefit is that less amount of dose, less amount of days, but actually this needs some homework, and you have done homework in the previous cycle, and now you know that this patient is going to respond at this, and I'm not fearful about the ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. Then only, so this is one basically step down. Taper protocol is for polycystic patients. Normally in the first cycle you do, and when you are scared of ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. And the benefit is that in a taper protocol is that the least chances of ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. The plus point of this step down protocol is that here the dose amount is decreased, the time consumption is less, and this definitely applied to those patients where you know the threshold or you know how to control your complications. Otherwise, the mess is created. So basically, you can say step down is basically who has done at least practice for 5 years or
So
so.
Sunil, is it with you as well? Or it is with me only?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, doctor, but in between, I believe due to connectivity issue, your voice is breaking a lot.
My God.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can continue. Now you're audible, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
I believe she has.
Ma'am will be rejoining.
Yes, doctor.
Ma'am, kindly speak something because we are not seeing to you, but you are here as a co-host. Dr. Sina, ma'am. Sina, ma'am. Komal.
Am I lost?
Your voice is not coming.
Sunil, am I just?
Yes, madam. Please
Yes,
speak.
doctor. You are audible.
Yeah, am I audible?
Now you are audible.
Net कम करा. Net. अभी now it's comfortable. पता नहीं क्या है. When I
Yes, yes.
started, it was 18 this Mbp or something. That's why I started. ठीक है. Should I continue?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
doctor.
ठीक है. So we are talking about sorry for
Please
the
share your
inconvenience.
screen. Please share your screen.
Yeah. Abhi now the screen is there.
No, no, no. Screen is not visible.
Okay, just a minute, just a minute. Screen is not visible. एक just screen share करना है. Screen करना. क्या हो क्या रहा है?
Now your screen is visible, doctor. Made it full screen, please.
Yeah, now it's visible, Komal.
Yes, yes, it's visible.
My voice is audible.
Voice is also audible. Good to go.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry for inconvenience. So I was discussing about the clomiphene and gonadotropins and letrozole and gonadotropins. So this is good for the patients where there is a tubal block, or normally the young patients where we need less amount of stimulation. And the study says that
Again, her voice is not coming, Komal.
Yes, again it has gone. Doctor, can you please change your
Those with-
the internet you're using? Can you please use another internet connection if possible, if you have? Hello?
Komal madam has left now.
Yeah.
Her net connection is not working properly.
Yeah, her net is not.
Now
good.
she has joined again.
Yeah, she has joined again.
Yes, madam, your screen is visible now. Can you make it in a full screen? Now is okay.
Please unmute yourself, doctor. You're muted.
Yes, madam, please continue.
Voice
You
is
un-
not coming.
You are unmuted, but we are not able to listen you. Hello, ma'am.
She has muted herself. Doctor, try using some other internet connection. Oh, she has left. Hello.
Komal madam, she is trying to connect with us. So it will
Okay.
take them at least 2 to 3 minutes more.
Fine, fine. Not an issue. We can wait.
Okay.
The screen is visible, Komal?
Screen is visible and
Yes,
voice is
madam.
also loud and clear.
My God, thanks God.
Your voice is very loud, madam. Very
ओहो, यही से बोल लेती हूँ जहाँ जहाँ पहुँच जाए. Thank you. So, I'm
okay.
really, हाँ,
So
इसको
a
यही जाने.
technical glitch actually it's happened with anybody.
नहीं यार, इतनी क्लासेस चलते हैं, अभी तक तो ऐसे नहीं हुआ. बच्चे लोग भी पढ़ते हैं तो एक मिनट, ये फिर से क्या
कोई
होगा?
बात नहीं मैडम.
So we are discussing about the step up protocol, step down protocol. And again, few slides about the agonist and antagonist. So as I told you earlier, this agonist and antagonist is basically to prevent LH surge. एक तो पहली चीज है, if the on day 2 the LH is high, we are going to crash the follicles. There may be atresia, and and secondly, if there is a premature LH surge, then there may be premature luteinization, and we may lose the follicles. So the idea behind this adding this right and left, either agonist and antagonist, is that to protect the follicle, to clear wall and reach at the time of the pickups. So they are with GnRH agonist and gonadotropins, the long protocol is there. Long protocol, normally we start, as you can see this in slide, we start on day 21, and different names like in case say luprolide depot, lopride, or anyone, we start the down regulation, so that when we are down regulated, everything is in under command. There is no cyst, the LH is low, the E2 is low, thickness is low. So we just command the LH to prevent the premature LH surge. So down regulation is done from day 21. Depending upon the body weight, we give the dose, and full dose is started from day 21. And as soon as the periods comes, depending upon the patient requirement, we are starting gonadotropins, initially FSH, and then the combination. And then finally, as soon as the dominant follicle reaches, we give the trigger. So the long protocol is started from day 21 of the previous cycle. We down regulate with analogs. Then on day 2, we are starting gonadotropins, FSH, then the combination, and finally giving the trigger. This one was the time tested when we started the practice. Long protocol amid uterine stimulation, and was in the initial, you can say, 2008, 10, 11, till 2015. This was the protocol of choice for the long protocol. Everybody was doing, but finally everything has a flaws. So it was mostly converted to the other protocol. What is the plus point of long protocol and what is the minus point of long protocol? The minus point is that it needs lumbar duration. Everybody is in a hurry. In the previous cycle, and then stimulation. So, and when the patient is down regulated, we need large amount of gonadotropin. So cost is going to be affected. And the second thing is that when we are down regulating, we leaves the control of the follicles. बहुत ज़्यादा follicles बन जाते हैं कभी कभार. So when the number is increased, aneuploidy is there. And again, when the aneuploidy is there, the results are poor. And one of the most important reason why this agonist protocol was shifted to the other ones is that here we had to use SCG as the trigger. And we all know that ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, the one and the only culprit is the SCG. If we didn't give SCG, we are not going to face this ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. So isko change karne ka from long to the other protocol was that we just want OHSS free clinic, and we just want not the number, we want the quality of the eggs. We want less amount of gonadotropin consumption. We amount less amount of injections. पहले day 21 से start किया फिर, and we want a safer cycle. But again the benefit is there. LH surge नहीं होता इससे, recovery number is good, and yes, in the earlier days when we are doing batch IVF, it was a very good protocol because we can do lots of manipulation. I think we are the sort of time में थोड़ा fast चलूंगी. So these were the drawbacks. अच्छा डाउन रेगुलेट करते हैं तो बहुत बार पेशेंट को हेडेक, वायरल स्पॉटिंग, ऐसी चीजें भी होती हैं, एंड लंबा लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन. And now coming to the second counterpart, I will just come in the later half of the presentation. So agonist protocol or long protocol or down regulation protocol. The second one we are very commonly doing, and nowadays I think 90% of the IVF center is going for the antagonist protocol. So in antagonist protocol, the benefit is that, now first coming to the protocol, we started from the second day of the periods. Again, gonadotropins, depending upon your choice, depending upon the day 2 FSH/LH, depending upon the patient profile, PCOS hai, elderly hai, we give the gonadotropins. And then again, I told you right and left, agonist, antagonist. Kya action hai? We didn't want premature LH surge. So here we start antagonist on day 6 to prevent premature LH surge. How we are going to start? Again, there is a fixed protocol, there is a flexible protocol. Fixed protocol kya hai? When the follicle size reaches 14 millimeter, you start antagonist. This is a flexible protocol. 14 millimeter ka follicle ho gaya, give a antagonist. It may be day 6, it may be day 7, it may be day 8. The fixed protocol is that when on day 6 you start antagonist. Sometimes both are synonymous. Day 6 में ही आपको 14 मिलता है. So the protocol is either fixed or flexible. You have to start antagonist and then again trigger. Plus point क्या है? In 10 days your stimulation is complete. 10 to max 12. Other plus point is क्या? You are requiring less amount of gonadotropins because इतना suppress तो किया ही नहीं ovary को. Third plus point क्या है? And the best point is that you can use agonist as a trigger. तो आपके ovarian hyperstimulation की chances almost nil के बराबर हो जाते हैं. So this is now become the protocol of choice. Antagonist protocol, agonist trigger, freeze the eggs, transfer in next cycle. So what is the negative aspects? So when you are giving the antagonist, the endometrium is going to compromised. So this final one plan came, kya? Day 2 stimulation, either fixed or flexible protocol of antagonist, agonist trigger, freeze the embryo, transfer in next cycle. So this is the best and most practiced one. Lowest rate of ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. I think Sunil, how much time we have? मैं उसी हिसाब से speed up करूंगी. Komal,
we have 10 to 15 minutes more.
Okay, fine. 10 to 15. ठीक है, okay. Audible and presentation is going on smooth na?
Yes, ma'am.
No problem.
Yes, doctor. Now
Okay.
it's very smooth.
So we have discussed two things. एक तो agonist protocol, एक antagonist protocol. हमने दो ही चीज discuss की. इसके अलावा there are different protocols. As I told you, when we are doing the two simple things, either agonist or antagonist, you can make a manipulation. GnRH one-stop protocol, clinically not very practiced. यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं? We start from, as the long protocol, we start down regulating from day 21. But once the period is there, we stop GnRH agonist. Normally used in the poor responder patient. SORT protocol we can use in the patients where we are not mostly doing for the poor ovarian reserve. तो वी कैन सॉर्ट प्रोटोकॉल और सॉफ्ट प्रोटोकॉल जहाँ पे एजियोस्पर्मिक पेशेंट्स है या यू डूइंग फॉर मेल फैक्टर और यंग पेशेंट यू आर डूइंग फॉर द ट्यूबल फैक्टर वी कैन डू. Flare up protocol, again this is a very good protocol. I didn't have much experience. I think I am done with 40-50 patients. What we do, jahan pe you had the last option, we are not finding good amount of X, so we may go for donor. So in that case you can try on day 2 GnRH agonist 1, 2 and 3 days, and parallelly we will start gonadotropins. We are not downregulating these patients. We are not downregulating. Second day हमने GnRH agonist दिया 3 दिन के लिए, साथ में हमने gonadotropins ऐड किया. तो again we will have a separate class of agonist. देखो when we are using agonist for short time, it is up-regulatory effect. And when we are using agonist for long time, it's a down-regulatory effect. So here we are taking the benefit of up-regulation. तो यहाँ से जब 3 दिन के लिए दिया तो it go and attach to the receptors and give a surge of FSH and LH. So this is the idea behind the flare up protocol, not used for the beginners. When you have become experienced, then only you go for these things. So long protocol, flare up protocol, just for the theory, not used in day-to-day practice. One stop protocol, ANTAC is the nowadays protocol of choice. I think in 90% of cases we are doing antagonist cycle. बेनिफिशियल इफेक्ट एज आई टोल्ड यू, फ्लेयर अप इफेक्ट नहीं होता है, डाउन रेगुलेशन नहीं है, गोनाडोट्रोपिन्स की डोज रिक्वायरमेंट कम है, एंड रिवर्सिबिलिटी इज आल्सो वेरी फास्ट, एंड the here we get less amount of follicles but good in quality. Soft protocol, clomiphene with gonadotropins, letrozole with gonadotropins. These are the soft protocols. Once in the patients, we are not doing for the poor ovarian reserve. Now, actually, exactly this was the topic we were discussing today, the newer ovulation induction protocol. So exactly, again, for compiling with the initial slides, I will just tell you, we should first concentrate over the molecules, gonadotropins, recombinant, urinary, and HP. Which one is needed in the first half? Which one is needed in the second half? If the LH is suppose 3.2, how much FSH should be given and when to start the combination? If the LH on day 2 is 1.2, how much the recombinant is given and when to start the combination? These ideas should be kept in the mind. Am I going for the agonist protocol? Am I going for the antagonist protocol? You have to justify yourself why you are going for the agonist and why you are going for the antagonist. And because both are used for what? Both are used to prevent premature LH surge. So in which patient you are going for the agonist and in which we are going for the antagonist? Suppose polycystic patients never go for the agonist protocol because all the follicles will flare up. Yes, in the poor ovarian reserve nowadays, agonist protocol is upcoming and the treatment of choice, the agonist protocol. Now I am discussing some newer protocols. Molecules are only the 3: gonadotropins, either recombinant FSH or combination, or LH, GnRH agonist, GnRH antagonist. इतने मॉलिक्यूल्स को आप किस तरीके से रिवाइज कर सकते हैं? वन स्टॉप है, सॉफ्ट प्रोटोकॉल है, शॉर्ट प्रोटोकॉल है, फ्लेयर अप प्रोटोकॉल है, लॉन्ग प्रोटोकॉल है, एंटागोनिस्ट प्रोटोकॉल है. What is the newer protocols? The newer protocols is that the latest study says that there are 2 waves of recruitment of follicles. Normally what is treated, हम लोग बचपन से क्या पढ़ते आ रहे हैं? Start the stimulation on day 2, there is a cohort of follicles, they will get recruited, and when they are recruited, they will, suppose 10 start, and we have 5 mature follicles. But now the study says that there are 2 cohorts of follicle. Even in the luteal phase, we can find the cohort of follicles. So the newer protocols say that flexibility in starting ovarian stimulation. Don't wait for day 2 to start stimulation. You can have a double ovarian stimulation protocol. You can give the double trigger. Look at the studies. This was the study which was prescribed Werwald and et al. In 2003, And they have demonstrated that there are 2 or 3 waves of follicular growth. Antral follicle, luteal phase have similar development potential. And I'm repeating this line, antral follicle in luteal phase, they have similar development potential. And look what the study say. There was a study which was done by, there was a Shanghai protocol, and this was a study which was published in 2015. They started the stimulation in follicular phase, and after 10 or 11 days of stimulation, they picked up the follicle. After 2 to 3 days of break, they again started the stimulation, and they again after 10 days or 9 to 10 days, they picked up. They published that they retrieved much more oocytes in control ovarian stimulation 2. Those who started the second stimulation, उसको उन्होंने COS2 कोड किया, and they retrieved much more oocytes in COS2 in comparison to CS1. How they justified? Because there was a priming effect. You see, when you start a stimulation, 10 follicles start from 3 to 4 millimeter, 5 to 6 follicle reaches to 10 to 12 millimeter, and 4 follicle reaches to 20 millimeter. But the in between follicle, when we are doing the pickups, they are there, some was 8 to 10 millimeter. So if you start the stimulation after 3 days, the follicle already reached to 7-8 millimeter. This is luteal phase wala. And so they need come amount of gonadotropins, more number of follicles, and better group of cohorts. This was the study. I'm not telling this is a rule we are doing, but this was the study, which is the latest one. And they say double or dual stimulation. One study more was published by Quinn et al. In 2016. And they said that early follicular, late follicular, and luteal, you start in any way, the outcome is the same. The outcome was same. So they concluded, look at this slide. Either clomiphene or letrose along with follicle stimulating hormone, and then trigger first oocyte retrieval. Break, again the same pattern, and second oocyte retrieval. No difference in all the 3 groups. Number of oocyte retrieve was good. Again, there is different study. Some say there was no difference. Shanghai protocol say the COS2 was better than COS1. And some say that they were equal. So the final conclusion was that ovarian stimulation can be started from any day of the menstrual cycle. Don't wait for day 2 or day 3 or day 4. But one thing is important. The idea behind presenting this slide was not that in a fun we are starting, because if we are starting at luteal phase, we are not going for the fresh transfer, and we are giving lots of injections. So basically these protocols were defined for the patients who are in crisis. Crisis means, you can say, who are waiting for chemotherapy, radiotherapy. We are going for the freezing. We don't want to waste the time. Or if we are doing some oocyte spooling in a 40-year-old lady, we just want ki nahi, mere ko apna hi anda chahiye. So in that patient, you can go like that. But don't do for the fun, because we are compromising. If we have a proper way, then you can do, because we are not going to transfer in that cycle, because studies still didn't say what was the impact if we are stimulating the luteal phase and when we are going to transfer. So double stimulation can be done. It should not be misused. Cancer patients, if we are doing for the oocyte pulling, अगले 15 दिन और wait करेंगे, फिर stimulate करेंगे. No, we can stimulate. And in some emergency protocol you can do. So it is random start protocol, emergency IVF before chemotherapy. And these are the studies, as I told you earlier. I think a sort of time. What latest we are doing that? Yesterday I was listening to Dr. Jatin Shah presentation. He presented the slides over this progesterone. I think 10 or 20 slides. It's very good, and you can go to the link and see. And mine is a very short one. But progesterone has a very good impact. Now we all were what are thinking, yaar injections kam kar, kitte injections lagayenge. So why we are using agonists? Why we are using antagonists, right and left? We are using, अरे हमको एलिस सर्ज नहीं चाहिए, अंडे फट जाएंगे. We don't want the premature luteinization. So the latest study says progesterone blocks the ALS surge. Either the HMG or the medroxyprogesterone. You can start 10 milligram from day 2. आपका you are starting recombinant or you have started whatever you feel, आपके baseline में क्या है, which patient you are taking, what is your protocol you have started. Then if in spite of using agonist or antagonist, you can use progesterone to prevent the premature LH surge. 10 milligram twice a day can be administered till you are giving the trigger. In either medroxy or hydroxy progesterone acetate, दोनों ही cases में they are effective. And both conclude, I didn't have a personal experience, but this was the latest. Or I think Dr. Jatin Sai is doing this, क्योंकि उन्होंने बोला कि they have a trial, but they have didn't need a transfer because of the COVID. तो outcome नहीं पता है, पर एक चीज ये भी, but one thing is fixed. You can't transfer in that cycle because already endometrium, the impact will be there if you're adding progesterone. But the study concluded that the fertilization and clinical pregnancy rates are higher. For myself, I didn't have experience, but I was seeing that sir was very enthusiastic, and I normally listen to him. I'm very fond of listening him. वो जो बोलते हैं तो there's a aura. I'm very fond of him. Or he had a good study. He was telling he was published after COVID. So progesterone is to block the LH surge. But there is total freezing should be there. Yes, if the patient is in oncology patients, तो आप उसको नहीं use कर सकते हो because ER/PR value and all blah blah we don't know. Just 2 minutes, I will just go through the trigger and then it's better if we discuss something. So we all know we are giving triggers. This is just the replacement of mid-cycle LH surge, जो हमारा LH normal body में होता है. We are just replacing, and this LH we are replacing. Earlier we were replacing with SCG, because we all know alpha and beta subunits is one part. So mid-cycle LH surge is replaced by SCG. Again, SCG has a plus point and a minus points. Long half-life time, ज़्यादा follicles बन जाते हैं. Natural, this is the natural LH surge, which normally in the body happens. It is lasts for 48 hours. Plato and blah blah. And then trigger, I'm not going in the physiology. Cumulus dislodge hoga and then happens. When to give the trigger, I'm not going in that. So we are using HCG as a surrogate because the alpha subunit is similar to the natural LH. SCG का alpha subunit is equal to natural LH. So we are using SCG and very confident. नहीं मैं तो SCG लगाऊंगी, मेरे को बाकी से डर लगता है. We are using, but again, people are replacing SCG. We also are very less using SCG because the one thing is important. We all are scared of ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. That's why we have shifted to the antagonist protocol. नहीं तो agonist use करते. So, and the second thing is that if we are using for IUI or something, long half-life ज़्यादा है. So if there is a T3 follicles, they can turn up into multiple pregnancies. Because every follicle has a receptors. Suppose this follicle is of 18 millimeter, this is 20 and this is 22. There is a natural LH surge, which the life is less. But SCG का half-life ज़्यादा है. So might be कि both the follicles releases. So we had a chances of multiple pregnancy in SCG. The other drugs we are using for trigger is either you use recombinant or you use urinary, all are the same. We are using dual trigger nowadays, especially in the poor reserves. We are using we can extract much more. But agonist we are using in the antagonist cycle. This is now becoming standard. Antagonist protocol, gonadotropin stimulation, antag either fixed or flexible, or agonist trigger. Or you can give the dual trigger also if you are feeling कि मेरे को ज़्यादा follicles चाहिए, but you have to feel कि ovarian hyperstimulation के chances हो सकते हैं. So now we are replacing GnRH analog in replacement to SCG, single bolus dose. So there is no edges. Sometimes we give in a dual way. If we have faced empty follicle syndrome, we give the dual trigger. If we are facing less amount of follicles, for the conversion of M1 and M2, because every follicles has a different receptors, तो दोनों हम लोग दे देते हैं to extract much more number of M2 follicles. Again, KISS 15 is a theory, not going. Dual trigger not going. So So as I told you, empty follicle and poor responders, we are giving dual triggers. So to conclude my presentation, I can say that the ovulation induction, basically, if you sit in a drawing room and you can induce a patients, but you need to command over the molecules. You have to need a command over the molecules, and you know to how to you need a very good mathematics about these molecules. And if we are a very good clinician, we should try to consume less amount of injections, decrease the number of days, no hyperstimulation, and good number of embryos, better quality. I'm sorry, good quality of embryos, less number of quality, no hyperstimulation. And I pray if the time come, we had some oral preparation so that the times of number of injections would be reduced. So while stimulating the patient, our aim should be safe and convenient, the most important, cost effective, short duration, least risk, limited monitoring, and single pregnancy. Thank you. And I'm sorry because of the network, or shayad I'm through fast. I don't know. Last me.
No, doctor. It was
will-
good, I believe.
Yeah,
The
Komal, yeah.
session was very informative, and so we do have questions in the chat box.
Okay.
We can
I will
take up
see
those
that.
questions, doctor.
Yeah, I
Ma'am,
will
you can
see.
switch on your video also.
You can switch on your video,
Let's
doctor.
see. Yeah. I'm doing. Karti hu.
So the first question we have
You
is,
just tell me the questions. Huh?
yeah, sure. So the first question is, do we need to check the LH before starting stimulation?
100%. 100%.
Ma'am, first of all, just request you kindly remove your share screen.
Oh, sorry. Dear. Resumes here. Stops here. Huh?
Yeah.
हाँ, अब मैं दिख भी रही हूँ. Thank you.
Yeah. So Dr. Shivangi has asked this question, that do we need to check LH before starting stimulation?
There is a fixed protocol when you there is a fixed protocol when we are starting a stimulation. Either we are going for IY or we are going for IVF. We have to do a day 2 baseline hormonal test and day 2 baseline ultrasound. Day 2 baseline hormonal test needs your LH should be less than 4. Otherwise, your cycle is going to crash. Because if you had a high LH in the earlier, as I told you earlier, LH is a very good molecule, but सही समय पे सही जगह में होनी चाहिए. So LH is needed in the second half of the second. I'm sorry to say, after 6, 7, or 8 days when the follicle for the maturation of follicle. So if the LH is high on day 2, we have to cancel those cycle. There are some tits and bits when we can start the stimulation if we are in the crisis. Baseline blood work on day 2. So baseline blood work on day 2 is that you have to do serum FSH. That will give you the information about your ovarian reserve. So you can counsel your patients about the injection. You can counsel your patients about the outcome. तुम्हारे अंडे बहुत अच्छे बन सकते हैं. No, we can face some less amount of follicles. That is the FSH. Second is that LH. So if the LH is high, then you have to cancel the cycle at that time. Or there are some looping holes. You can add some antag, and then restart the same cycle. So if day 2, someone wants to proceed for the cycle and your LH is suppose 4.5, so we can add an antagonist that will block the receptor and then we can start. But that's not always a wiser decision. Better to cancel the cycle, find why the LH is high, polycystic patient, treat it properly, and then start the stimulation. Yes, Sivangi, thank you for questioning. Can we add Antec in IUI? Yes, you can add Antec in IUI. Look, as I told you, these molecules, right and left, will be used with proper caution. So if I think 1 hour class is very less for this, and in between I had a disturbance, I'm very sorry for that. So if you are adding Antec, first of all, you have to understand that molecule. आपने antagonist add किया है, तो you are blocking the receptors. So finally, your endometrium is going to compromised. If we are adding in IVF, No, I'm going for the freeze transfer. That might be the answer if you ask me. Or I am pouring lots of progesterone and everything over there. But if you are going on an IUI cycle, try to avoid it. But if we added antag, because in the last time your patient had a premature, you're planning for the IUI, but the follicle released, or the follicle, then in that case you can add the antag, but take good care of your endometrium, add good amount of progesterone, so that the implantation should be good. I think I satisfied your question. Any other question over there?
We have, Doctor, one question from Dr. Archana, that if a patient has come for infertility treatment on day 4 of cycle, should we start the induction or call her on next cycle?
It might happen that the patient, so if you have started on day 4, the one is the protocol is that you should have a proper counseling with the patient when you are starting a treatment, because infertility is never should be in a hurry. It should never be hurry. Now, suppose patient has come and say, you have all the investigation. If she has come for the first time for the treatment, I think it should never be started at that time. But if you already had a previous record, say you have come from some other doctor, and you can find out the backlog, you can understand the amount, why she didn't conceive, what was the problem. So if she has come on day 4, and you see that everything is fine means she may already come and there is no cyst. The ultrasound marker on day 2 and day 3 is that there is no cyst, and the endometrial thickness would be less than 5 millimeter, and you have ruled out hydrosalpinx. There is no other ultrasound abnormalities, and the antral follicular count is good. You have seen the records. She is not a polycystic patient, so you can start the stimulation from day 4 also. But if the patient has come for the first time, this will be no mess in starting that. Yeah, any other question?
So again, we have one question from Dr. Shivangi. She is asking that give the details of the masterclass for learning more about agonist and antagonist. So Dr. Shivangi, we do have this virtual academy, IVA virtual academy on YouTube. So Sunil will share the link where we'll upload this video of Dr. Sangeeta, so you can directly have a look at it. So that's it, Dr. Sangeeta. No more questions.
Hello.
Thank you all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Shivangi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
just one more question. Yes. If we find after giving our trigger after 40 hours, if the follicle is not ruptured and we have planned the IUI for the patient, can we repeat the trigger or can we add LH or agonist for rupture of the follicle?
So how much trigger you have given?
Ma'am, usually for IUI, I give 10,000 HCG. But
Okay.
in many patients, like many a times 36 to 40 hours later, we confirm the rupture and then do IUI. But then many a times it is a big follicle without rupture. So what is the rescue line at that point?
Yeah, that's great. So you have given the trigger with 10,000 of SCG, and then after 40 hours you have done a scanning. So are you doing the scanning on your own, or you are doing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you have done a scanning, and you can feel the follicle. If you zoom it, you can feel, because there is some periovulatory signs which show that follicle is started rupturing. And if you are aware, then wait, don't give anything. But if you see in the follicle is all it is tense and tight, and it is not in the process of any releasing, then in that case you can try agonist. In that case, you can try agonist, GnRH agonist 0.2 or 0.5. Leupride is given 0.2 ml. So it will, what these agonists do, they just go and attach to the receptors and do a LS surge. So this is the second option, and we call it double trigger.
Yes.
So you can go for that. But again, in that case, you have to take over the care of your endometrium. You have to add some extra progesterone for that. Because what happens, these agonists and antagonists initially release the surge and then they blocks. So endometrium needs to be taken care of. you can go for the trigger. But yes, you should be very confident on your sonography that follicle is not in the process of releasing. कभी कभी हड़बड़ में जल्दी जल्दी दे देते हैं, follicle release नहीं हुआ, दे देते हैं, ये भी दे दूं, is going to harm your implantation.
Okay, okay. And मैम IUI साइकिल्स में आपने जैसे बोला एंटागोनिस्ट दे सकते हैं, तो एंडोमेट्रियल प्रिपरेशन फिर which day to start with if we are thinking of giving an antagonist if we have seen a premature rupture in the previous cycle for that patient?
Look, again, endometrial preparation is that you are giving the trigger when at least your endometrium is more than 7 millimeter, triple lining, good flow. So actually endometrium should be looked from day one. Suppose this is the first cycle. आपको पहले का पता ही नहीं है, and you have simply given letrose for your IUI stimulation. You started. So letrose itself takes good care of endometrium. And it is a first cycle, so there is, and it's not a very obese patient, and you think, so you can start with letrose. On day 7 again you have did a scan. Day 6 or day 7 you are just seeing कि क्या हुआ, कितने अंडे बने. So on day 6 or day 7 अभी you see कि is 4 to 5 millimeter only. If it is 6 to 7 millimeter, it's okay. But if 4 to 5 millimeter, then there you need some 2 milligram of estradiol to add. 2 milligram again, and if we are adding antagonist, then you at that time you need to add more amount of progesterone because your lining and thickness has already been taken care before your trigger. 7 millimeter से नीचे तो आपने trigger दिया ही नहीं है ना, तो वहां तक तो है ही, पर क्या है कि implantation you need proper amount of progesterone and flow, तो आपको progesterone को take over अच्छे से करना पड़ेगा.
Okay, and only estradiol, ma'am, no sildenafil and no other things work?
Again, it depends upon you and your patient profile and the history. If it is third IUI, सब कुछ add कर दो. And if it is first IUI in a lean and thin patient, she's come here for the first time and you are doing for some donor sample or male factor, then there is no need. Even letrose will take care of.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, if we are suspecting an LUFS for a patient in every cycle, maybe in alternate cycle we are stimulating her and we are suspecting an LUFS, shall we go for progesterone to confirm what you have said, the signs of rupture and all? Do we need to do a progesterone level to confirm whether real ovulation has occurred or not?
Yeah, you can do for that. But actually,
which day, ma'am?
Actually, with the scan is the best ovulation had happened or not. Premature luteinization, you can check like day 11. If you feel premature, if you feel there is a premature luteinization, then your progesterone will be more than 1.5. More than 1.5, then there is, so you can do it at day 11, day 12 before giving the trigger. If you are feeling there is a premature luteinization and you are planning trigger, do, na do, go for serum progesterone.
Okay.
It may be day 10, day 11, day 12.
Okay.
Where do you stay, Shivani?
Nagpur. I practice at Nagpur, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. You can join our classes. We are having online classes.
Yes, ma'am. I wanted the details. That's why I asked.
Yeah, we are starting from 1st of June, and there is at least 40 classes. 5 classes to ovulation induction ki hai. So you can join that.
Yes,
and I will send you the details.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And very nice lecture, ma'am. In spite of the technical,
I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
The lecture was very nice.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Next time you will feel Komal कि मैं थोड़ा और अच्छे से कर लूँ, because I never face these types of problem. Classes यहीं से होती हैं. I think there is a question from Archana. Can we check estrogen level to predict trigger? Archana, estrogen level is just to tell you dominant follicle. You have to just paralleling the things. If you have a 200 of E2, then you think there is one follicle that is dominant. Prediction of trigger, you can't, estrogen is not the point to see the prediction of trigger. Estrogen is just to take how, suppose the E2 is 1500. So how much follicle you are expecting? 300 into 5. So you're expecting 6 follicles. So just to see ki kitne follicles hai, just to match the things. 200, one dominant follicle. So if it is 1500, we're expecting 6, 7, 8 follicles. It's not for the trigger. Chalo, thank you all, and thank you, Sunil, Komal. It was nice. And for the next master class, we will try to make it much more interesting and lubricating, more
Right.
questions answer, because these students, they teaches me. वही लोग पढ़ाते मेरे को ज़्यादा. I know less than them. And sorry for this. We will make it next time more lubricating. And
Sure, doctor.
thank you all, and thank you MCure and Sunil and the whole team for making it a very nice. And I love teaching, and I'm very happy to
Sure,
join
sure,
this
doctor.
class.
We'll continue.
Thank you,
these,
Sunil. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
webinars.
You are most welcome, madam.
Thank
This
you.
is
Thank
highly
you.
appreciable for us कि you joined
Mm,
from last 1.5 hour continue over the webinar. Too many
Thank
doctors
you.
they enjoy a lot. The many places they have joined like Satna, Rewa, Raipur, Bilaspur, Chapa, and then
आपने जबरदस्ती तो नहीं बुला लिया है? जबरदस्ती तो नहीं सुना रहे उनको?
आपके लिए तो मैं किसी को भी बुला लूंगा मैडम, चिंता मत कीजिए।
सुनने वाले को भी तो अच्छा लगना चाहिए.
नहीं
चलो,
मैम,
it's
it
my
was really very interesting.
चलो, I appreciate it. My pleasure. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Thank you,
Jahangir,
love
from
you all.
where you which place you belongs to, madam? Madam Jahangir?
Yeah, Nagpur. I practice at
Nagpur,
Nagpur. Yeah.
Okay,
Nagpur.
madam. Nagpur, our colleague is in here, Mr. Ramesh Sheikh.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, madam. Thanks for joining.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much, Dr.
all.
Sangeeta, for giving your precious time.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
see you soon.
Yeah.
we'll-
Thank you,
we'll-
Komal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
doctor.
Bye.
I'll
Bye, take
end
care.
the meeting. I'll end the meeting.
Yeah. Please do. Huh?
Sure.
Thank
Record
you,
it
madam.
also.
Have a good day.
Record.
Yes,
huh?
madam.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you.